So are condominiums the next timeshares? Many people have heard of timeshare horror stories where you can't get out of them. You have fees coming left and right. Matter of fact, Dave Ramsey has famously said that timeshare is the only thing that you buy that you don't know what the final price is going to be, because every year you can get higher and higher fees attached to your timeshare and you can't just walk away from it because you signed a contract. Well, are condominiums going the same way? In many areas, the condo fee, the monthly HOA fee, is an accumulation of repairs, insurance, taxes, other fees that the community as a whole is responsible for paying. But if that management of the condo board is not done properly, these fees can escalate very quickly. Sometimes, even when it is managed properly, the cost associated go up dramatically, and sometimes it's causing people to lose their condos, partially because the price is too high for them to afford, but sometimes the condo board is taking people's condos away from them because of the changing nature of the community. What do we mean by this? Well, let's suppose that you live in an area where the condominium has an insurance policy on the building that maybe costs, $500,000 a year for the entire complex. Well, if because of excess claims, maybe you live in Florida where there's hurricanes, maybe you live in California where there's floods or fires, maybe you live in a place where there's a lot higher reconstruction costs because the lumber prices went up, maybe there's higher crime that's causing liability. That insurance policy now may go from $500,000 a year to $2 million a year. We've seen jumps like this. The other thing that can go up is deferred maintenance. Part of your condo fee covers the repair of community property. Community property are things like the roof, common areas, the roads, the pool, things that are not part of your individual unit, but are part of the entire community. And let's say the roof is going to cost $500,000. If every month certain amounts aren't put into a pool or put in reserve, when that roof comes due in 15, 20, 30 years, all of a sudden now you have a bill for $500,000. There may be what's called a special assessment that's placed on that condominium. Sometimes that assessment is $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. We've heard in the state of Florida, because of the recertification of high-rise buildings, because of that Miami condo that collapsed, Florida passed a law that says all high-rise condominium buildings have to be re-engineered certified. They have to have a licensed engineer come in and look at the building and make sure it's not going to tip over. And they have to sign off on what repairs are needed. Sometimes these repairs are $1, $2, $5, $10 million, and that puts a special assessment on each unit that could be six figures. So just because you don't own a timeshare, your condominium may have an amount due on condo fees that is higher than the value of your unit. Now, what do? Well, you could pay it and not have an expense that wasn't predicted or expected, or you could just walk away from it. The problem is, if you have a mortgage, you walking away from it doesn't clear off your mortgage, so you still may have to pay for something you don't own. Sometimes the condominium association will come up with a way for you to finance that special assessment or those higher fees, but a condominium in this market is turning into not exactly the same, but similar to a timeshare in that the fees and expenses can escalate very, very quickly, especially in areas where the core expenses are going through inflation. Look, inflation is affecting everything, right? Construction costs, insurance, taxes, but those costs are divided up into your condo fee. You may not see them, and one of those jumps up dramatically. You may find your condo fees in this story here. There's condominium owners that were paying $350, $400 a month. All of a sudden now their fees are $1,200 to $1,400 a month. It's more than their mortgage on their condominium. So if you are a condo owner, drop a message below. Let us know if you're seeing this in your particular development and how it's affecting the value of your unit.